Thank you, Dr. Renah. Bismillah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. For the Muslim members of the attendees, I wish you peace and blessings upon you. Okay. For the non-Muslims, good afternoon. I'm happy to be here. Can you tell? Okay. Anyway, my name is Del, and I come from a little school called Madrasah Al-Arabiah, Al-Islamiah. We are based in Singapore, and I'd like to take a few minutes just to share with you our learning experience in using the EON platform for our students' learning. Thank you. Just a few items on the agenda. I'd like to share with you our school strategic map, followed by the ISTEM framework that we have. Then we come to the meat of the presentation, where we have a collaboration with EON Reality since 3 years ago, followed by an evaluation of how effective has been the virtual augmented based learning that we did for our students, and a little video from our school. Thank you. That's me. My name is Rasouil. I'm an EON educator and also a Google certified educator. But my day job is as an ICT coordinator in Madrasah Al-Arabiah Islamiah. That's my email if you want to contact me after this. Thank you. This is our humble school based in Toa Payoh. Yep. So if you're ever in Singapore, my principal, Mr. Hirman, extends an invitation if you'd like to visit. Just give us a call first. Sure. Right, so we have a strategy map here. I know it's very wordy, but I'd just like us to focus on this little purple box there, which is the strategic objective to increase meaningful use of STEM within curriculum to deepen learning. Okay, we have some of our students here in our learning lab that we have just made. We call it the MAIVA, okay? MEI, which is Madrasah Al-Arabiah Islamiah, virtual and augmented reality learning lab. This is the laser? Oh, here's the pointer. Okay, cool. Right, so the reason why we have this MAIVA learning lab, which will be launching next month, is that we want students to be engaged not just in by way of consuming, but also by way of creating new learning materials, because we believe that that is the way to go. This is our ISTEM framework. The I there stands for Islam in science and technology, engineering and mathematics. So if we look at the outside rings, we focus on the programs, professional development for teachers and students, all supported on the base of process and technology. Okay. Then in the middle, So in the middle of the framework is the triangle or pyramid, where we put our students and teachers front and center, because we believe that people are at the heart of what we do. So I'd like to invite Mr. Bakar, my colleague, who will explain a bit more in detail about our collaboration with EON XR. Mr. Bakar.
Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, thank you, Mr. Dan, for introducing myself. Okay, so my name is Dia. I'm also an EON XR educator. I'm currently a head of department for the Arabic language and Islamic studies in my school. Okay, before we watch the video clip, I think we all know that the current agenda of the world right now is about being digitalized. So, teachers, we are now no longer what we call the disseminator of knowledge, but rather facilitator of it. So our students would like to hear more from, they would like to present and to articulate what they have learned and what they can find about knowledge themselves. So with that, since we collaborated with EON XR since 2019, our teachers have developed a few lesson packages, and over here, we will showcase two lesson packages that our teachers have successfully developed and implemented in classroom to impact a more meaningful lessons for our students. Okay, you can show the clip. So what you just watched is a learning package developed by our own teachers, content mastery about Islamic history, way back in the 7th century, about how the Prophet Muhammad migrated from Mecca to Medina, and we were teaching our secondary 3, which is the 9th grader, okay, about how to immerse themselves into this experiential learning, what was the era back then, and what are some of the significant events that the Prophet and his companions has, gone through. Reason being, because we would like the students to understand that the first thing that the Prophet himself did was to have a mosque then. But what was the function of the mosque, and why mosque is very significant to Muslims? So we would like to relate that experiential learning that they will go through to the lesson, as you can see just now, about brotherhood, and most importantly, what are the core functions that are still relevant that mosque has played throughout history, which is about enhancing learning and also social integration. So at the end of the day, we want our students, okay, to understand how, even though Islam has developed for many centuries, but still there are certain universal values that our students need to embrace and able to impart in their lives and make what you call contribution and difference in the society through this lesson. Okay, so we move on to our next lesson, which is on Arabic language. We can show it first. Okay, basically what we just watched is another lesson package on Arabic language. In Singapore, we are one of the 6 full-time madrasah, which is religious school, that caters for our students who learn not only the academic subjects, science, maths, English, and so on, but also they are learning Arabic and Islamic studies as part of the curriculum. So Arabic language is the 3rd language that these students are learning besides English, which is the main language in Singapore, and their mother tongue. It can be Malay, it can be Bengali, Tamil, and what have you. Okay, so in the end, we as the madrasah or the religious school has this obligation to try as much as we can to disseminate or even make Arabic as one of the language that our students are proficient in. Okay, so with that, we try to have this lesson package that is immersive in that perspective that they are going through. As you can see earlier, all the places that they are having in their real life time, right? Like the railway station, airport, and what are the things that you will see, and what are these things actually will be using in Arabic, because at the end of the day, all this knowledge, all this vocabulary that they are using through this virtual world that they are experiencing throughout the 360 degrees experience will help them to be able to immerse and able to even remember and use it in a better way in their writing skills. And that's what we want our students to be immersed in. As if they are looking at the things, and these are the things in Arabic, and how do you use them in your writing skills and even in your oratorical skills, and how you make it something that is as fluent as you are in your mother tongue or even in your English. Okay, so we believe that since our collaboration with EON EXR and developing these packages, it helps our students to immerse themselves and able to learn Arabic and also before that Islamic studies in a more engaging and also impactful manner. Okay, so now I will pass back to my colleague for the action research.
Okay, shukran Ustaz Abu Bakar. Right. After we've done the lesson packages, our school tried to get some data so that we can inform ourselves to what extent is the efficacy of using virtual augmented reality-based learning on students' Arabic language learning. So we did a simple statistical analysis, basically a paired t-test on our group of secondary 1 students. Yes. So we conducted a pre-test followed by a post-test, and there was also a survey instrument for the students to submit. So after doing the statistical analysis, we found that there is some evidence to suggest that, yes, there is a positive impact when we try to use EON XR to help our students learn better. Students prefer learning this way and helps them think more critically.
I just want to point out for you non-researchers, P as less than 0.05 means this is a significant finding that could be published in a peer-reviewed journal. So this is very important research right here.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Renah. And to conclude, I'd like to show a short video about our school, just to let you know who we are and what we do. Thank you.
I call my home, as every time I come into this school, I have a very warm feeling because of the people around me, such as my friends and my teachers.
Mine has this comforting atmosphere that I feel safe in. For example, the staff here are very friendly and nice, where they would never fail to greet the students here while they are working. And the students here treat each other like siblings, and the teachers are like our parents in school.
I choose to enroll my daughter in Madrasah Al-Arabiah Islamiah because it's a very good institution that promotes Islamic values in a science stream. Amazingly, it has pure science, pure physics, pure chem, math in a madrasah stream, which is not available in any madrasah in Singapore. So I think it's excellent that my child is able to study here.
I like mine because the school integrates technology into their traditional curriculum, and I feel that this gives my child a competitive edge. When I saw my daughter doing a project in STEM, which stands for Science, Technology, Engineering and Maths, I can see that she gained new skills and new knowledge.
So for my O-levels, I managed to get 9 distinctions, 8 A1s and 1 A2, alhamdulillah. And it was a very long journey. My teachers and the school in general really provided a solid support system for all the students so that we can focus on our studies. For me, the teachers are really like the backbone of our academic experience and also our experience in general in Maya. So I feel that the teachers here really endeavour to make our experience here a fulfilling and holistic one.
I am very glad when my daughter told me she wants to go to mine. Although she was offered scholarship from other schools, she rejected them and accepted the scholarship at mine. She wanted to come to mine as she heard good things from her friends, and another reason she chose mine is because she can pursue Islamic and academic studies at the same time in the school.
The student life in mine is very vibrant and it has a lot of different activities. I'm currently in fencing. Fencing has taught me a number of values such as integrity and perseverance. For integrity, I've learned to lead the whole CCA, as I'm also the captain of fencing. And for perseverance, I've learned that no matter how hard I fall or how many times I fall, I always have to pick myself back up. As the saying goes, practice makes perfect.
Madrasah Al-Arabiah, Al-Islamiah, or MAI, mission is to be a leading institution recognized for developing future-ready learners who radiate blessings to all. On top of a strong academic foundation, the program and activities in mind are designed to develop students holistically with the aim of nurturing them into a person with taqwa, a thinker and learner, a leader with compassion. MAI's rallying call is through our madrasah values that is captured in the acronym 2RISE or to RISE, that stands for respect, responsibility, integrity, spirituality, and excellence. In MAI, teachers, students, and staff are challenged to rise above themselves, to continuously improve, and to be the best version of themselves in all of their pursuits. We believe that the learning experiences in mind will allow our students to grow and, one, help them to define the moral purpose in life, to be positive contributors not only to their family but also to the society at large, and two, understand and apply the Islamic moral compass. This should help MAI's graduates to navigate the volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous future, inshallah.
Well, thank you so much. It's such a great presentation. Let's give that a hand. Fantastic.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
Invite Jeffrey up to take the microphone. Thank you. I just have to say I'm impressed by the women in STEM. So we've come a long way since I went to school. It's fantastic.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jeffrey Renah. I'm a founder and CEO of Future Ready Academy. Earlier today, we have heard a lot about Future Ready, how to skill our future workforce to be future ready, starting from a very young age. We have said that there has been a disruption because education has not kept up with technology. So, EON XR, we've talked a lot in the augmented and virtual reality as an opportunity, as a platform to be able to bridge the gap. So ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure and honor to be in front of such a distinguished audience and from the distinguished panels that you heard before to share with you our humble Singapore experience. So in the Singapore Showcase, I'm just going to share with you some things about the Singapore experience. I'm trying to figure out which is the forward and which is the back. The big one is the forward? All right. Okay, so I'm going to share with you a little bit about what's the Singapore success stories, what kind of partnerships that we've been building with EON XR now and going forward into the future, because the future is now and the future is digital. So, and as part of that partnership, we're building a Metaverse Innovation Challenge to challenge the future generations, the academia, and the corporates to come together to build the future of learning. So these are examples of what has been done in Singapore. They're training airport emergency services team at Changi Airport, which is one of the largest airports in the world. So you can learn in real skill AR with both image, video, PDFs, audio. And you can have contextual learning. Contextual learning, because learning has been rote in academia, has been rote learning. It's not contextual. Contextual learning brings the learning come to life. From training bus mechanics at the Singapore bus transit. So these mechanics will be able to see the machine before they even see the real machines and understand where are the parts that can go wrong, what can go wrong, how are they going to fix it. And two, nursing college students at the Ngee Polytechnic. They learn about the human anatomy and they can pull apart your brains, your heart. I mean, some of us would like to rip somebody's heart out, but I mean, that's a discussion for another day. So these are just some examples of what has been the Singapore case studies. So the benefits of AR VR learning, you've heard all morning. It's digital, it's anytime, anywhere, it's seamless, it's immersive, it provides engaging topics because the more creators you can engage, the more engaging the topics, the more enriching the content can be. So that's why as a platform, we need to promote the creator mindset. So the partnership with EON and Future Ready is the platform to create the future of learning. What's our partnership framework? We're looking to promote EON XR across Asia Pacific for skills development and capacity building in industry and academia. Why do I say industry and academia? Now, the world before, it has been academia has its own path and industry has its own path. And industry is saying whatever academia is producing is not relevant for them. And conversely, academia is saying we need to teach the student different things, but academia is not making the training to be relevant for the workforce. So there is a virtual divide. So the divide is quite big, but EON, as an AR VR platform, has an opportunity to do the skills-based training to upskill and prepare the future skill workforce that is future ready. And we've said we know a lot about AI this morning. We said AI is going to do a lot of things. Dr. Sharma has mentioned about, sorry to quote you, Dr. Sharma, AI is not a choice. AI is a given. How you use the tool is going to make the difference. So what do we need our future generation to be? I heard from Mr. Imtia, you got to be adaptable, you got to be creative. You need to be collaborative. So all of these are soft skills that are integral and should be built into the learning technologies. So we're going to establish a virtual showroom platform that will build between academia and enterprise so that they come together to build the future of learning together. So through that, we will conduct seminars and workshops, and through that, we will also build training and education programs in AR VR that will power the workforce of the future, that will give people more hope. And to kick that off, we're rolling out the Metaverse Innovation Challenge. Now, the Metaverse Innovation Challenge, our team is to focus on a sustainable future. What do I mean by sustainable future? It means we must be able to engage and empower our future generations in an immersive, collaborative learning platform in the digital world. That's the future of learning. So along with the Metaverse Innovation Challenge, we're going to launch the Metaverse Innovation Award. We will have a winner, first runner-up, and creative award, and the technology award. Because these are different components of all which we have to recognize in order to build a collaborative learning platform that is the way for the future for a better skilled future generation workforce. These are the sustainable themes we will run the Metaverse Innovation Challenge. Food security, food resilience. Food is necessary for growth. Food is necessary for human resilience. So we want our children, our young adults to learn about how do they manage their human anatomy, their diet, their nutrition, number one. Number two, we want them to understand energy is the source of life, and energy has to be renewable. And how are they going to create solutions, whether it's solar, hydro, thing, to power the world? Then we want them to be able to create devices, wearables that will be able to help people to live a healthy body, healthy mind. So again, we focus on the elementary schools, will be food resilience, growth resilience. We'll teach them about, the content will be about the human anatomy. You saw how in the nursing school they're able to pull apart the human anatomy and study that in detail. Then we will help them understand how the human life cycle happens and what does diet, nutrition, and exercise contribute to the human growth and development. And we want our next generation to be problem solvers because there's enough problems in the planet. And we want them to be able to understand that for a green planet, sustainable planet, we need green energy. So we'll teach them about renewables, not only teach them, but we want them to think about how they solve the renewable problems, whether it be solar, hydro, or wind. And again, healthy body, healthy mind, what kind of exercise, wearable health devices, medical innovations, these one we want them to create the solutions itself. The problem solvers are to think about the ideas how to solve the problem in the secondary schools. But when they go to vocational, you want them to be able to create the solutions. These are what we call young inventors that we are promoting. For the Metaverse Innovation Challenge, our evaluation criteria starts for 30% on content, 30% on creativity, 20% clarity, and 20% usability. So anything that's not usable is not useful. Our timeline starts now, and everyone's welcome to form, we say a team is about 3 persons, and by April we'll have our first submission, and by next summer we hope to launch the finals in person in Singapore. So here's examples of what can be the submissions for this Metaverse Innovation Challenge. These are the kinds of submissions they can submit. So these are examples, so they can be even more creative than this. So with EON's platform where there is no code and it's easy, we train our children to be adaptable, to be creative, and to power their imagination to what's possible in the future with the help of technology. So ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to join the Metaverse Innovation Challenge. Absolutely. Volunteer 1, volunteer 2, volunteer 3. Anyone? Because the Metaverse Innovation Challenge will bring endless possibilities and endless opportunities together for a better planet. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much. That was amazing. So much going on in Singapore. I know we're just about out of time. Do we have time for one question, or Richie? That's you. Okay, one. Okay, one question. So the thing that struck me the most about both your presentations is the learning in context and just the flexibility of what you thought of. I was thinking if I had to make lessons for you, there's no way I would have done anything that you did, right, about the way that you're teaching language, and definitely all of this, the solving world problems. Literally, there's no way I would have come up with that. I would have been like, okay, medical, manufacturing, but no way. So I just want you to each comment on maybe your thinking, design thinking, to help other people how to come up with what is important for their institution or even their country. So I'll start with you.
My check? Yeah. Okay, for our school, the first thing to consider is the intention of the lesson that we wanted to make. So we had to be very clear what was the learning outcome that we want our students to have by doing this lesson. But not just that, we also wanted to make sure we leverage on the affordances that the platform, whether EON or otherwise, could offer. That will offer an advantage over traditional based methods. Yes.
It's just fascinating. Thank you so much. It's a great answer, Jeffrey.
We want to do something that is, learning has to be engaging, but learning has not been engaging so far. So we would say engaging are topics which are relevant, okay? And so it's what they see in their everyday life. So we want to be able to enable them. And EON's a good platform to enable them to have engaging, enabling, and empowering experiences. These engaging, enabling, and empowering experiences with the EON platform will be able to create our creative, adaptive problem solvers for our current generation and future generations to come. Because I believe in the power of the human spirit. Our children have the potential, but along the way, when they become adults, they become no more problem solvers. They become, what do you call, dot the dot, cross the T's, what do you call those, paper pushers? So they don't become problem solvers. And as we say, as Dr. Sharma pointed out again and again, AI is going to be a tool, whether we like it or not. So we need problem solvers. Problem solvers with creative imagination that can adapt to the situation in the water, on the land, in the air. And together, if our learning can be engaging, enabling, and empowering, from academia to collaboration with enterprise, with the EON platform, we will be able to power a sustainable future for all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Del, Jeffrey, Abu. Let's give them a big hand. That was fantastic. And that is our Singapore showcase.
Thank you for being such a great audience. I love it. By the way, I am enjoying everything I've seen of Istanbul so far, although I haven't seen much. Thank you to my friends in Turkey.